Hello, and welcome to my channel. If you've not seen me before, my name is Lisa, but I can go by Liz or Lise, and I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be, and welcome to this recording, if you will. And while I do try to keep my videos with less of the curse words, there are some curse words that do occur throughout this playthrough, so please do keep that in mind as you watch. Also, of course, too, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy! Hello, it's Future Me Past Me here to tell you as a PSA that there are some flashing moments in this game. That is, ever since the update dropped for 2.9.0 as well as the DLC. It's mostly very subtle, but it happened when I was getting items, that is from the, I believe, crafting bench, and if not even also the Jamboree stand. It just so happened that just receiving the items very quickly, it was flashy too anytime that happened. And also in the DLC itself, it happened. There's one particular area, you could say, with the garden, that off to the right, there's just this hedge that likes to flash a little bit. I just want to put that warning out there. It's not super terrible, but in case you are someone who is sensitive to that, just thought I'd put this warning in here. So keep that in mind, and hopefully in the future, they will have that patched out and updated. But of course, too, please enjoy the video starting now. And once more, we are back with a recording. Let's go ahead and jump into Hello Kitty Island Adventure today. Now, at the time that I'm recording this, there has been some turmoil with the event that has begun. That is for anyone on Switch, let alone for anyone even getting an update for the game. So yes, the update that we have been awaiting, not necessarily the one that we were really hoping for, but the other one. Well, it didn't turn out so great for those on PC and PlayStation 5. So happy though for PlayStation 5, while they were behind, are now all caught up, whereas of course for us on Switch, well, we are behind. But maybe we'll get lucky next week / early December. I'm banking on maybe early December. But we're welcomed back visiting. We have a gift of a friendship blossom. And here we go. Greetings. Very much so, pay no mind to their outfits. Hello everyone, I have wonderful news to share. The season of giving is upon us. It's time for our Give and Gather celebration. Again, I think it's a little early, but every year we gather together with our friends and give special presents. Special, like they burst like confetti. Prank presents, I'll have to stay alert. This year, all of our presents will be delivered by the one and only Cinnamon Roll. Where is Cinnamon Roll? Oh dear, did he already start making deliveries? This is one legit puppy. He does have an admirable work ethic. I don't know where I was going with that.
I'm a little bit worried about him. Shouldn't he be here with the present pine?
Would you mind going to look for Cinnamon Roll? We really can't start the celebration without him. I'm on it. Leave it to me. Let me just set my sensor to Cinnamon Roll. Okay. We didn't have to try hard. Oh no. Cinnamon Roll, there you are. Wait, are you okay? I have so many presents to deliver for the Give and Gather celebration. I don't think I can do it all by myself. What if I ruin the celebration for everyone? Cinnamon Roll, you won't ruin it. I can help you. Really? You'd help me? Just tell me what to do. I'm always here to help, is I think what I was thinking in my head. So, okay, every day you can help me deliver a specific present. You can pick whose present you want to deliver. Once you give a present, you'll get one in return too. Some presents you can open right away. Be mindful of this, again, at the time that I'm recording this, so it would have already passed, but basically, for anyone on Switch, do not touch the gifts under the tree. It's a little bit messy over on the Discord of what you're not supposed to do, but that is the consensus. Do not touch. Also, there's been some other things that are a little bit wonky, but we'll get to that, and maybe, or maybe not, and that would be great. Others, you can't open them until the end of the Gift and Gather celebration, December 25th or after. I don't know how really that plays a role right now. Until then, they stay under the present pine. Don't touch them. Because in theory, yes, you can, but you're not going to get the current items. That's the problem right now. Again, for anyone on Switch at the time that I'm recording this, that was the trouble. So we'll also get gumdrops to use in the little event stand behind the present pine, depending on where you're looking. So, got it. So just talk to you each day. Talk to Cinnamon Roll, get present.
I'm so grateful you're willing to help me. In fact, let's get you the right outfit for the job. Here. Now you're an official member of the Cinnamon Roll delivery crew. Just look whose present you want to deliver first. Today I have a present for... Who would you like to give a present to today? Okay, so we have Pachacoco, Pickle, Karumi, and Cinnamon Roll to choose from. I'm going to select Pickle. Oh, here's a present you can give to anyone you want.
Be careful of the any. And okay, so this is the part 1. Again, we're going to be missing out on some things, unfortunately, but good to note. That's music, right? Okay. And then we have another quest, which I don't know is busted or not busted. That is the question. Okay, so these are around the island quests. That's interesting. Flower fly? Really? Make a speedy potion? Sure. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay, but specifically. Okay, so these are for each day. Okay, this is kind of throwing me back a little bit. And then as for this, so again, unfortunately at the time that I am recording this, this is broken in some ways. So, yeah. We're gonna ignore that. Too bad. Until that is the update drops, then we can revisit it. But for right now, it is broken. So, really unfortunate. As far as big challenges goes. Now, what also really sucks, at least, wrong button. According to people over on the Discord, also at this time, one other thing is that with, the other event, the Days of Plenty, so they know that they made a boo-boo, so the way that they're going to amend it is that they're going to give us some crafting recipes for the outfits. So, I mean, as I was saying the last time about not being able to, you know, right, have a whole decoration of them. While I appreciate that this is how they're going to make it up, it does suck that this is the way that they're going to do it. I rather honestly just not have more crafting recipes. Personally, I just don't care. I think the tracking for it is very frustrating, just personally, with everything else. But that's kind of the lowdown. But another part of the lowdown for this is that with the gumdrops, if I do this successfully, I should get the right amount today. If I don't do it successfully, I will only get the bare minimum. So the gift giving part is very, very finicky right now. And while you think you could do it with everyone, like let's say for when we were trick-or-treating, right? I was like, oh, we can talk to visitors. Visitors also don't count right now, and apparently when we do quests, we don't get bonuses, which frankly they try to want to possibly take that out anyways, so why does it matter? But of course, here are the past items, and then some other past items that we didn't really get to see. So what I mean by past is a lot of these right here, and that I did place out for some of them, but that's why it's one. And then of course we have a holiday crafting plans. Yikes, dude. So that's what we have though. But yeah, a lot of, you know, you could say fun outfits, let alone, I mean, what? Do you just get the outfit or do you get the crafting plans? I would assume you would want the crafting plans. Oh my god. Your ornament is expensive. But yeah, we're just gonna have to be careful how we do this. And yeah, I'm a little worried, but not necessarily too worried in some ways if I do this correctly. But the thing is that, so what they did, as far as I could also learn from the internet of the, well, Discord, which I was gonna more so bring up, but then I got distracted by the items and thought I'd talk about those because we were there, even though they were past items, but regardless. For those of us on Nintendo Switch 2, so they had to put in an approval for that, which some people are speculating, I would say, but I don't think it would be far off. But at the time that it pushed the update, because with console, when you, I guess, apply to update a game, right, it has to go through approval process, whatever and however that works. And, well, as far as, right, what we had coming was technically the update. Just the generic update for this holiday season, if you will. Let's be real. That's what's really happening here. But apparently, not only for the holiday season, if you will, but for the fact that Nintendo Switch 2 basically took the priority time, I guess you could say. Which, I mean, being on the Nintendo Switch 2, I could have waited. Like, it's not the end of the world. And frankly, right, the most recent update broke the game in the sense that we can't even, I mean, at the current moment, connect with anyone on Nintendo Switch and vice versa, right? So that was like, why was this okay? I mean, like, granted, I'm happy that at least as far as for the little bit that I've seen and have gone through for where there was flashing, that's gone away. Like, that was something that, if at all possible, should have been just patched quickly as possible. Also with items not being able to see them as you're customizing them, of course, that should be fixed as soon as possible, right? Because obviously when you're customizing, you kind of want to, you kind of maybe want to see what you're doing. But I feel like, why? Also, all right, since I was reading in forums and such, that's why I'm not too surprised. And it's not surprising that I missed him because he's over here. I never really go over here. But surprise, surprise, here is the Top Hat Gudetama. That's really unfortunate that that is the only thing that is rendered. Maybe with the update it would fix it. I just don't, I kind of, there we go. I kind of just don't want the empty abyss in the background. But yeah, really, really unfortunate. Also, of course, the glitchy items too. But there we go. I took a photo with her. It's fine. I didn't think about it, but you know, we're gonna be there soon enough, so it's not the end of the world. I was more focused on the buddy. So, I had a feeling. Heck yes! That means they'll be the iridescent. But yeah, I don't, so like, I mean, and the problem right now too is that for these mistakes right now, which I wanted, and I wish I understood better about what in the world is going through, just the management, and also the way to inform everyone about it, and just how much right now, while granted, right, Apple Arcade is gonna have priority because it's Apple and that's where the game first was and everything, but while the only other experiences that I've had with games being ported, if you will, from a different, and I mean really playing it, not just me. That's a mirror. Just kind of, you know, nonchalantly, right? I would say I haven't had the most necessarily troubling time, because it's also I never got them when they first were released, and there's always delay. And what I'm talking about is for Stardew Valley and the Binding of Isaac. I played the Binding of Isaac. Repentance Plus is what I started with on the Nintendo Switch, and then I got the DLC for Repentance, but Repentance was always very much so behind. It took about, I mean, it was, I think, under a year for sure, but it felt like a really long time. Like, it took maybe 6 months, like already half a year plus or so, for us to finally be able to get it for Switch. But then, of course, they've done a lot of things more so recently, and yeah, it takes time. But basically what I was trying to get at is when I first was going back and watching some videos of it, and I didn't notice this really entirely, but I was like, oh, we just got a straight PC port, because visually some of the visuals were wrong. So like when it was a positive to your stats, it showed up negative and so forth, which wasn't intentional, but it was kind of funny. But other than that, it just was straight, basically. It seemed like just a port, minus of course changing how you did controls and such, sure. But what do I know? But overall, it played to me just fine. Not that there's a lot necessarily going on with the game, sure, fair enough. But with this one, it seems like they really were just trying to fix things up, and of course listening to player feedback from Apple Arcade. And while the game, you know, has been out for some time, you could say, like, right, for Apple Arcade purposes, I mean, still, I find it so fascinating how this event got messed up. Because it really shouldn't have gotten messed up. It really shouldn't be this buggy, and it really shouldn't be so different. And it sucks that, I mean, you know, that even for PC and PlayStation 5, that their release got messed up too. Like, don't get me wrong, like, oh my gosh. Yikes. I mean, at least for anyone who was playing, who did jump in, minus, you know, unfortunately, whatever they went through the day, had to have that a little bit reset possibly. At least it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But I'm just like, what? That seems really bad. And it's not like, right, we're getting really a straight port though from there either, because we're kind of all on, I would say, different versions. Let alone now being on Nintendo Switch 2, if you've gotten the upgrade. I mean, technically now you're even on a different version of sorts. So it's very weird how they decided to do things. And it just sucks for anyone that also, right, if you were playing the game on multiple platforms, just to see it kind of struggle like this, I think it'd be a little frustrating. And I mean, I can, you know, forgive for some things. I mean, I have no idea of anything when it comes to programming, of course, so I do not know what it takes. But I think being a little bit more transparent about what's going on with the game would be nice. And just being a little bit more, less about deflecting, I guess. All right, let's go. Which, I mean, I know that's hard, right? Because it's still... You still gotta, you know, do your PR and such, but keep that going. But at the same time, you're just gonna have a lot of people upset, more so than anything. And it is frustrating as a Switch player to then just kind of be, in a way, kind of left behind as much as they don't have control over the approval process. They do have control over the applying process. Now, give or take what Apple allows and what time they can actually apply. I mean, well, I don't know if Apple even has a role into that, which is like, you know, right? There's the mirror. Like, when actually, you know, are you gonna get your, you know, things approved even from there to then put it on Apple Arcade, to then move from there and move on to, of course, everything else. But also the approval times, right, for console, it can differ. It's never the same, it never could be the same, but these are just things that it feels like, from an outsider point of view, that you could time better. Like, for Isaac, going back to that, for example, they really then tried to actually make it so that it fell in line with what PC was getting. Now, we're extra behind, but then PC was basically guinea pigs. That is, they were the testers, essentially. So you know what? You know, sometimes it works out, and I'm not too bitter about that. But with this, since there's now so many different consoles, and it's like, what crew do you have to even test it? I mean, clearly they do have some kind of crew. That's why even the city folk part, it was delayed, is delayed. But I just feel like a little bit that for this event, it feels like such a big oversight, you know? Which sucks. But let's see if this works.
What, a present for me? Wowza, good thing I have one for you too. Check the present pile for your presents.
All right. But I have a question. I guess he's somewhere. Somewhere not here. I guess I'll find him elsewhere. And I'll go do other things. Yes. Also, this has just been updated. Check. There you are. We'll get a sneak peek. I'm doing this a little differently. So lots of friends, but I like doing. Are you looking for me? Okay, I actually... Let me change outfits. Yeah, okay. So it's for a later point in time, but you didn't get affected either. None of them did. But we technically are supposed to have something new. So I want to... Okay, yeah, so we do have it. Okay, good, good, good. Just checking. Someone else had some difficulty with that. That is, supposedly they didn't find it, which sucked, but... Seems like we are at least okay for now. Because then we have the one. So, We're gonna hope for the best in all the ways possible. Oh my gosh. Of me trying to get to where I need to go. That's a different thing entirely. Awesome. All right, we are going to go then to, of course, the actual peak. Which, what do we have? What do we got? What do we got? We got the sun. And nothing. Okay. These. Double. Oh my gosh, let's go. Ah! Putting in the work, are we? Sorry. I really need to bring one up here. Or actually, I know what I could do. I need to figure out how to do it if it works the way I think it works. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just thinking out loud. I'll do it. Ah! Forgot how to swim. For a second there. It is a pink one. Of course it's a pink one. When is it not? The ghost gleam. Because it's allergic to being anything but this one. I'm trying to water them is what was happening. We're gonna ignore you and we're gonna go here to the gazebo. Okay, so I figured something else out that I need to figure out how I'm gonna actually have this happen, but I guess I should just still be patient. So I say and then get disappointed. Though, huh? What's that? Hmm? What could it be? When it's so pretty. I didn't have any here. Hell yeah. This. This. Like I said, I don't like these anyways, so what good is it me keeping them here? Literally nothing. No. No. Tulia's hibiscus. Hibiscus. Okay. Fair enough. Alrighty. That sounds so weird. Nuts. Maybe we'll be fine here, though. How's that sound again? Whoa, Nelly! You can't use those. Right through me? Oh, no. Look at it fluttering by. Is that it? Yes. I was a little unsure. Dang. Is it you that makes the sound? It's very fascinating. Okay. Wrong button. Same thing. I'm like debating on which button I want to use. Well, now I can. Choose any. What's up with that? Okay. There we go. Fair enough. So again, this is just me prepping for the times, you know? It's nothing more than that. Nothing less than that. This sounds just really standing out to me today. 171! That sweet table. For that sweet candle. For no reason. Anyways. Ooh, in the air? Yes! Double candles. But it's double. The 50-50 worked. Okay. Yes. And then... There. There. These grew everywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like a nasty parasite is what I feel like they are to me. Again, they're probably my least favorite eggs. What? I have flowers that are shaped as eggs. That's the answer. Okay. Okay. Let's go. I have no idea what to do with this knowledge. I have an idea of some other knowledge, but I don't know if it's actually gonna spawn what I want. What I really, really want. I'm gonna take those out. I'll leave it for now. I'm leaving those also. I'll collect them another time. Okay. Oh! Do you see what I see? If you said some new flowers, you are correct. I'm just taking out these ugly ones. Sorry. I forgot to also just... There. Okay, good. The moon! That's fine. The moon works for me.
But like,
what should I do? Okay. Fair enough. The magic happened in other places, so I'm pretty happy for that. Get these. The rarity, because they don't fall that way. And then over here, I think they serve their purpose. But now they must go. Oops. Sorry, wrong button. Okay. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing.
maybe it's because I just planted the wrong flowers.
All the possibilities. No end. Now here is where it's pretty wild. I don't know how much I really care about these right now. The thing is, oops. I don't want to take everything out. So I have to do this like this, because then I won't have to replant them either. Because that's not the goal. Okay. I'm like, am I in the circle? Am I in the right circle? I think this one's done, though. It's like, I am... What? I am, therefore, I cannot be anything else. And that's it. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, well... I took out a lot. Okay. That is what we get to live with. Oh, we're gonna hope for the best, because that's all that can be done. I think I'm good to head back actually over here, and I think that's exactly actually the one I need to be at. I'm not gonna really worry about a lot of this stuff. Are you indoors? I actually do not remember how I did this. Okay.
forgot I gave it to you. I would have never found it in my inventory then. Oh, and the lamp! But I got extras. It is standing versus the other. Crazy, crazy! See you later! So again, we don't want to actually give that gift. That would be like committing the worst moment ever. That is, accidents. But speaking of, where we won't necessarily create an accident, I'm a little confused about part of it. I'm also curious about something. Alright. How kind. Let me see. I do have a little something for you as well. Check the present pine for your presents. And that's that. That's all we wrote. That's all we get. I do find it really interesting that they decided to put it there. You can talk to the tree. 2 days until gift opening celebration 31. I'll wait for now. Okay, I just want to make sure to be careful of that. So, that's what happens when you talk to it. So it'll tell you how many gifts. Don't exactly know how many gifts you can have in total, but you know, we'll just keep on trying to give the gifts that hopefully we'll keep on giving. As for the rest of this, I guess we're just leaving it at that, but I find it very weird that the DLC even got messed up, but it is downloadable content, but that is you pay for it as well, which, I mean, how much did they really talk to each other? Who knows? Let's do this. Okay. Speedy. Easy. It does suck. I mean, it sucked this whole time, but this is probably like the one that really just is like, oh man, you know? She's with me. I still didn't make any more. For the tofu. Now with feeling. Should probably actually go to the moon too. Wow. What a display. See that shooting star on there? That is on the wallpaper? On the wallpaper and on all the items that I refuse to trade for because I'm like, I don't have enough. But maybe? Maybe. Okay, I gotta do this manually. But at least, well, hopefully I've gotten them. Shrug. Okay, though, I think minus you, I think that's everything. That is, since I have them. We're gonna jump over here. DLC, even though we're not done with the base game, but feel like we're gonna close it off on the base game since it's kind of where it's been most important. Just imagine that I didn't accidentally take that photo together with her. Don't look. Don't look. But hey, with the power, is it enough? No, like I said, I just needed one more day. I called it. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, unfortunate to say the least. It was probably already going to be that way. Probably would have just been a little bit closer. But in theory, this means that we are ever so much close to finishing out Kogumyo, which means then that is it for another beautiful friend. So, I'm kind of happy for it. A little sad, though, in some ways, right? Because that means we don't really have a purpose, as it were, but I mean, the purpose is and has always been the visitors, of course, which, yeah, it's still gonna be a slow crawl, but do what I can. Oh my god, it's just chairs. Wow. I mean, there could have been a little more, you know? It's fine. Skip a little bit. I'm just trying to pick up the gems and gemmies. That I know where they spawn, and then that's pretty much it. And then of course we'll taking care of the other bit, but pretty much the bit up here minus the seeing what's out you know where. Or if you didn't know where, all the way up here. For the other game, of course. Game of pain, chance. I don't need that. Alright, so we'll go to the fields. And I'm not gonna do anything with these yet, but I don't even know if it matters. Well, I guess I don't know my care for it, but do this too. But next time for the DLC, that is at least not for the mysterious gift giving that doesn't make any sense. We will hopefully finish out Kogumyo. That'd be really cool. But for now, I'm gonna keep what we have. I'm not gonna trade anything for the newer event at the current moment, just because I don't see the purpose. Oh, is that bad? I don't though. I mean, I just gonna start big and then go, you know, a little less. But it sucks because if we had the other bits, we'd be able to get it done. But now we gotta wait too, which sucks. That is, you know, well, until something gets sorted out. But I don't see why not, like, just getting the one for the day. I mean, I don't get it. It's not like we get a lot anyways. I just... Thank you. I guess I'm more bummed about it just because I'm one that, like, I miss days anyways. So it feels good when I play and then I can get that bonus. don't get it. I mean, it's not just a single player game, but you know? Basic? Wait, what? Hello Kitty and basic. Okay. I was like, looks very similar. It's funny. So funny. But man, it sucks that we're gonna have to wait. It's so unfortunate because I think these are really cool in their own way. Just sucks we have to wait. So we can get all the color combinations! Guess I'm still thinking of it saying basic. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna make the other one the same to be consistent. So that'll be my at least arrangement for them, and then we are going to get to it eventually. Here we go. We got the emerald. I feel like I'm just on this kind of like moment right now. Centrine. All right. Slowly but surely getting them all. It's gonna take forever. Only because of my patience, though, because literally I could just trade. But I'm okay. At least for the current moment, I'm okay. But what I'm not okay about is having to wait. I mean, I don't have to wait, of course, but I'm gonna wait because I want the bigger things in life. I want to craft this whenever I want to and then be disappointed about what I need to craft it, but at least I have it, so. Then I don't have to worry about it. In some ways. It is still fall. I'm noticing that for the weather. But, alright, as for achievements, yes, I thought this was for this. So, got 25, got 25 more, and then, what, 50? So, that's all. Of course, I miss some days, but it's just because I just kind of don't care. As long as it isn't interesting. That's when I say I don't care. 129? That has to be the most, yeah. Or at least right now, that's the most. Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. Oh my. Look at all this stuff. And some of it that we won't be able to even have? In a way, maybe? I don't know. Oh god, that is... And yeah, that's all when I played the game. That's wild. There's for my melody. Yay for music. And... oh yeah! Crafting plants! Oh, take me away. Take me away. Trolls. The trolls. But at least we got another time down and we got another login sealed. And of course, speaking of the login and it sealed, we also, of course, had the most important login that again is for visitor purposes. Of course, we still have to wait patiently. Snooze. That's kind of how I feel right now, especially since they would have been closer had she just asked for something on the board. But speaking of asking for something on the board, my bad for the photo, but again, it probably still would have taken me an extra day regardless, because it would have been like that much closer or something ridiculous like that. So I'm here for it. It's totally fine. I'm happy that we're almost again done, but we're not entirely done with other things. So where does that leave us story-wise? That is the question. But I hope for you, sorry, that when playing the game that you didn't run into any trouble, at least before the update, and hopefully too when the update does drop, that there isn't going to be other issues that come about. I mean, that are not necessarily, right, like you can still play the game and progress, but issues where just you wouldn't be able to progress. That would suck. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you, and hopefully too you were able to still at least enjoy the startings of the gift and gather. But you know what? Let's be over here as we continue gifting and gathering all that we can. Will we be successful in filling the presents underneath the tree here, or in turn will be left, if I scroll down a little bit, yeah, with just gumdrops in our repertoire to report back to, which are they also used in the making and baking, considering? Are there secret recipes? And of course, when it comes to recipes, what more will we get in the ways of recipes for our future endeavors whenever they come up again? Considering that, well, I found, with the help of course, other people, the one and only Tapaku Tama. I guess only time will tell, but that will be next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, once again, my name is Lisa, but I can go by Lister Lise, and I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be.